Okie dokie, guys. So you should have your worksheet in front of you. It looks sort of like this. Um, Basically, I'm just going to go over the project and maybe some ideas for where you can find some information. This has some things on here. This assignment here has some ideas on it for where you can get like database. Remember, we want good, reputable sources. So Wikipedia is not going to be good. Make sure you look at like people who have already done these types of things. So in case you're like, what is she even talking about? You guys are doing a project called Change America. And basically, since we've been talking about the various civil rights movements, we are now going to kind of start our own. And it could be about any topic you want, really, as long as it's in the United States. So yesterday or on Wednesday we talked about various topics, and I'll go over that later, but let me show you kind of what you need to include and what all those worksheets are in the packet that I gave you. So it needs to be a political, economic, social, or environmental need in the United States, and you'll be making one of these things right here. A student asked me if they could do a photography, like a picture, or maybe you want to do like a painting or something like that. Honestly, that's fine as long as you answer these questions here. So, you need to have information on the cause and why it needs the attention of Americans, the methods already being used or currently in action to make a change, what you or your group would do differently to make a change, and this should include an action plan. So you can't just say, we're going to protest. Well, when are you going to protest? Where are you going to start your protest? How are you going to get people to join your cause? Those are the types of things you have to think about. I know this, you're like, what, Ms. Sellers? But this needs to be something that you're passionate about. So you need to have an action plan. And then you need to have closing remarks, including an appeal to the audience to join the cause in some kind of way. I would like this done, like I said, next Friday. That would be awesome because then we wouldn't have to stress about it on finals day. But if we need extra time and if everybody in the class hasn't turned it in by Friday of next week, then we will have to extend it into finals week. But it has to be done by at least by the end of finals, okay? This says group members right here. If you don't have somebody that has the same kind of passion as you or agrees with you on a topic and they're your friend, that's okay. You don't have to be partners. This is the one assignment where you can do something independently. There's lots of people that started movements on their own. You can do this, okay? So if you're friends with somebody, and for example, me and Ms. Harriman, we don't agree on full inclusion of special ed students in classes. She doesn't like that idea. I do. And she has her reasons and I have mine. I would never do a project where I think full inclusion is okay. So I would never do that project with her because we just don't agree. Doesn't mean we're not friends. We just don't agree on it. Okay, so it's a topic that's something that you are passionate about. All right. So there's some worksheets to help you brainstorm. If you want to look up this McKenna Pope discussing what lit her fire, so she talks about what made her want to make a change. You need to concentrate on the needs of the area of politics, policy, the economy, society, or environment. What things tug on your heartstrings? What things make you passionate? Okay, here's a database to look, and here's the password. If you want to take a look at recent controversies and controversies by issue. Make a list on the worksheet at the top of the top 5 issues that match your list of concerns. ASAP. So what's next? This is that action plan I was kind of talking about. How can you combine your spark and passion to do something ASAP, as soon as possible? This is also a set of strategies for taking action. So you have to give awareness. How are you going to educate people about an issue? So not just Ms. Sellers, not just the classroom, but how are you going to educate a large group of people about the issue and inspire them to change their behavior? Like yesterday, the Chicano movement, we heard that, or Hispanic movement too, the farm workers, like you have to inspire those people to stop working and stop getting paid so that something will change. That's a big deal. You don't just ask nicely, like, aren't you tired of not getting paid well? Well, I mean, getting paid a little bit versus none, you know, They're protesting, so they'd have to pause, stop their work, get no paycheck. So how are you going to inspire people to, do something drastic? Or maybe not so drastic, something small. Service, taking direct, hands-on action to address the issue. Maybe you're going to create a club. Maybe you're going to create a website. Maybe you're going to create a social media account. Maybe you're going to go out and inform people in the streets, pass out flyers. I don't know. What are you going to do that's direct, hands-on to address the issue? You can't just brainstorm and hope that things happen. Advocacy, how are you going to convince local leaders to address the issue or change a policy? So if you're doing something at school, maybe you write something to our principal. Maybe you write something to teachers. Maybe you write something to the school board. Those are things, if you don't know where to find those people, me or Miss Hamilton or anybody really can try to help you find someone that you would want to send to it. And then philanthropy is raising and donating money or supplies for the issue. So how are you going to donate money or supplies for starving children in El Cajon or foster kids in San Diego or something like that? So suddenly I'm on childhood hunger. I don't know if you guys can see. It's 8:41. I'm a little bit hungry. I haven't been home to eat yet. So thinking about food. Anyways, moving on. Within your group or individually, use the Step 2 worksheet. Think globally, so the whole world. Act locally, so something here. Even though you can think about the whole world, think about it how it pertains to you, either in America, in California, in San Diego, in El Cajon, in Rancho San Diego, in Valhalla. Like, think big and then narrow it down, all right? Kind of help you focus on it. Even though it might be a global issue, like this says, your action needs to be taken in the United States. As great as I would love to hear you guys traveling to France to do something, maybe that could be a goal later on, but for now I want you to just be here in San Diego, or in the United States. I apologize, not San Diego. You have to proofread and edit, so you need to buckle down on your research. Make sure you're using credible sources. Start with the online databases and academic sources that the library provides at this. And then there's also a controversy site here. And you have to proofread and edit. Now, I understand some people have trouble with this. You have to proofread and edit, because if not, if I posted this to social media, which I wouldn't do without your help or without your permission, nobody's going to believe somebody that looks like it was thrown together and they didn't try very hard, okay? Stick with me. Don't get tired yet. Here's the worksheet. Here's like an individual brainstorm. So this is asking you to think about things in the country that bother you. What are your reactions to that video about the girl? Do some research. Think about who you might want to work with. Sit down together and review a list of topics you have. It doesn't have to be just one topic at the beginning. You can narrow it down. And then we always refer to the handout for what ASAP stands for. Here's how your issue causes trouble in the world, your country, your state, and your town or city. Okay? We don't have that. And here are some topics that other groups did in the other classes. You can pause it here if you want to look, but you have everything from college tuition, school-age hunger, illegal immigration, multiculturalism and toys, maybe sexist toys. Maybe you want to talk about that, how there's boy versus girl toys or something like that. Protecting wildlife, sexual assault on college campuses, bullying, pro-life, ending drug abuse, why San Diego needs a professional football stadium and team, mental health rights. This is a big thing right now. We talked about a lot of this stuff. You guys always talk about stuff that's going on in the world, so I think that you'll find something. Another place that you might want to find some topics are, all I did was went to TED Talk, discover topics, and then I clicked on activism. So activism, look, this is how democracy, maybe you want to talk about how our country's not really a democracy. Walking. People need to learn more, we need to walk more. Maybe you want to talk about physical health. We need to teach kids how to do more physical health in a younger age. Mental health. Science in service to the public good. Why taking care of the public's good? Digital child abuse. Something about mother's milk. Bias. Why women should tell the stories of humanity. So women in the media. Here's a religious thing. Sexism. Jails. Racism harms pregnant women. Our story of rape. School shootings, maybe. Gun control. What we don't know about Europe's Muslim kids. Another religious thing. How online abuse of women has spiraled out. Another online abuse thing. Something about doctors and diagnosis. Queer vision of love and marriage. Gay marriage. Black Lives Matter movement. Islamophobia. Smartphone. We've talked a lot about that, especially in Fahrenheit 451. Maybe you want to talk about how we need to stop using smartphones or something like that, or maybe you think that we should use more. Breathalyzers in cars that people drunk driving. Sexual assault. Fat shaming. Genetic research. Terrorist attack. Poverty. Haters. You could do sex trafficking. I mean, there's so many things. These are just like what other people have talked about. Maybe you want to watch one of these. You're like, ooh, that sounds good. Watch one and maybe it'll spark. Okay? So lots of ideas. Basically, you need to find a topic and start doing research on that topic. What is it about? What's that issue about? What's already being done about that issue? What you would want to do differently. And then how you would do that, and then some way you would appeal to the audience, okay? Remember, you have today, so Thursday, or whatever you're watching this, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday is a holiday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Quite a few days, but if you really want to get a good grade on this, I suggest you buckle down and get it done. Remember, this is about you guys doing change. This is the first project where it's all about you, which is really awesome, okay? Good luck. Sorry this video is so long. I will miss you guys, and I will see you Saturday, hopefully. If not, I'll see you on Tuesday. All right, bye.